up. Get up. Turn around. I said turn around. There, now, what do you say to me? What do you say?
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
Rotten orphan.
I'm not an orphan. My mother and father left you a note saying they loved me and they were coming back for me.
That was 1922. This is 1933. For this one shenanigans, you'll all get down on your knobby little knees and clean this dump till it shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Get to work. Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Hannigan.
Well,
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. You, what are you doing under there? Someone get her out of there. Your days are numbered. All right, breakfast.
Hot mush! Yeah!
No, not hot mush.
Yay!
Hot mush.
Aww.
And after your mush, you'll go to your sewing machines. And there's an order of justice if you have to work straight through the midnight.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Laundry, laundry man.
Morning, bundles!
Morning, kids. Clean sheets once a month, whether you need them or not. Hey, Aggie, how's Bruce Gallons on 14th Street? Bundles, get out of here with that laundry. So long, gorgeous, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bundles!
You call this place clean, Annie? This place is like a pigsty.
Annie here!
What do you mean? Annie ain't here.
She went with Mr. Bundles.
In the laundry bag. Bundles? Police! Police!
Miss Hannigan.
Yeah?
You know your souvenir fell off from Coney Island?
Yeah?
Molly just threw up on it.
Ugh! What do you got there?
Nothing.
What do you got there?
A dead rat. Want to see it?
Little girls, everywhere I turn I can't see them. Little girls, night and day I eat, sleep and breathe them. I'm an ordinary woman with feelings. I like a man to nibble on my ear, but I'll admit, no man has bit. So how come I'm the mother of the year? Little teeth, everything around me is little. If I ring little next, surely I will get enough critter. Some women are dripping with diamonds. Some women are dripping with pearls. Lucky me, look at what I'm dripping with. Little girls. You cheated! You cheated! You cheated! Shut up! How I hate little shoes, little socks, and each little bloomer. How I hate little socks. Bloomer. Someday I'll step on their freckles. Someday I'll straighten their curls. Lucky me, look at what I'm dripping with.
of the 17th precinct. We found your runaway.
Oh, thank you.
She was one of them Hoovervilles over by the river with a bunch of bums.
They weren't bombs.
Had a mangy melt with her, but he got away.
Thank you, officer. Oh, poor pumpkin out in the freezing weather with just that sweater. I hope you didn't catch the influenza. Thank you again, officer.
On the line of duty. And you, don't ever let me hear about your runaway from this nice lady. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And you. The next time you walk out of the store, it'll be 1953. Are you glad to be back?
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Liar! One thing I always told you, never tell a lie. So what's the one thing I always told you?
Never tell a lie.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan, is it?
Yeah?
Oh, goody. I'm Grace Farrell, private secretary to Oliver Warbucks.
The Warbucks, the millionaire?
Yes. Mr. Warbucks has decided to invite an orphan to spend the Christmas holidays at his home.
What type did he have in mind?
Well, she should be friendly and intelligent.
Mississippi, capital M-I-double-S-I-double-S-I-double-P-I, Mississippi.
And cheerful.
You shut up! And how old?
Oh, age doesn't really matter. Say 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11 would be just perfect. And I almost forgot, Mr. Warbucks prefers red-headed children.
11? Redheaded? Sorry, we don't have any orphans like that.
What about this child right here?
Annie, you don't want her.
Annie, would you like to spend the next 2 weeks at Mr. Oliver Warbucks' home?
I would love to.
You could have any orphan, but not Annie.
Then perhaps I should call the Board of Orphans.
And if it's Annie you want, it's Annie you get.
It's Annie I want.
It's Annie you get.
Oh, boy.
If you get her coat, I'll bring her along right now.
She doesn't have a coat.
Then we'll buy her one.
Oh, boy.
Come along, Annie. Mr. Warbucks' limousine is waiting outside.
Oh, boy, I can hardly believe it.
She can hardly believe it.
Hey, kids, I'm getting out for Christmas. I'll write to ya.
Hannigan?
Yeah? What's the matter? Warbucks fed up with Annie already?
Miss Hannigan, this has to be signed and turned back to the Board of Orphans no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow.
What for?
Mr. Warbucks is so delighted with Annie. He wants to adopt her.
Annie, the daughter of a millionaire?
The daughter of a billionaire.
Excuse me for a minute. Ugh! Got any more wonderful news?
Merry Christmas, Miss Hannigan. Season's greetings.
Yeah, sure.
Oops. Pardon me, Blondie. Hi, yes, sis. Long time no see.
Rooster, they finally let you out of prison?
I got 6 months off for good behavior.
What was it in for this time?
Some old geezer. He said I swindled him out of $1,100.
Why'd he say that?
Because the rooster sweetie him out of $1,100.
Lou.
What? It's true.
Sis, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine from,
Jersey City.
Jersey City, Miss Lily St. Regis.
And I'm named after the hotel.
Which floor?
Don't you just love Lily, sis?
I'm nuts about her. Rooster, do me a favor.
Anything.
Get out of here and take the St. Regis with you.
How did the two Hannigan kids end up like this? On the skids. I remember the way our sainted mother would sing and croon us her advice.
She'd say, kids, there's no place just like no other. You gotta get there before you die.
You don't get there by playing from the rule book.
You stack the aces.
You load the dice. Mother dear, oh, we know you're down there listening. How can we follow your sweet advice to easy street? Easy street, where you sleep till noon. She repeat, easy street, better get there soon. Aggie, who's the blondie I bumped into when I come in? Looked like she had a couple of dollars.
She works for the Alvaro Bucks.
The Alvaro Bucks, the millionaire.
The billionaire, you dumb hotel. She works for him on his mansion on Fifth Avenue.
Sis, Warbucks, he don't live on Fifth Avenue.
Then where does he live? Come on, let
Easy street, easy street, where those rich folks play, where they play all day. Move their feet to easy street. When you get there, stay.
Easy Street.
Shut up!
Aggie, what did the dame want?
Brought me the wonderful news that Annie, one of the orphans from me, is gonna be adopted by him. She's gonna have everything. That little brat's gonna have everything.
Crummy Olsen, living lack of luxury. It ain't fair.
Nah, it ain't fair. It ain't fair. How we scrounge for $3 or $4. Well, she gets $4.
The little brat.
It ain't fair how this life is driving me nuts. To getting peanuts, that was living fat.
Maybe she holds the key, that little lady.
To getting more bucks
Instead of less, maybe we fix the game with something shady.
Where does that put us?
Tell
Give
her.
you one guess. Easy street, easy street, where he is the key.
Yes, sir,
yes, sir, yes, sir, yeah.
Excuse us, ma'am. Yeah. Are you the lady running this here orphanage? Yeah.
Ma'am, were you working here 11 years ago?
Yeah. Well, we had terrible trouble back then. Had to leave our baby girl here on the front stoop. Our baby girl. Wait a minute. You're Annie's parents? Where'd you say you're from again? A little farm up in Canada where they got lots of chickens.
Little chickens.
And ducks.
Little ducks.
And geese.
You should see all those geese.
And roosters.
Rooster, I would have never known it was you in 100 years.
Fooled you, Aggie, and we're gonna fool Warbucks too.
And get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
But we need your help, sis, on the details that can help us pull this thing off.
What's in it for me?
A 3-way split.
Half.
Half, 25 grand each. But we gotta act fast. Get the money, get the kitty, get out of town.
The kid's the problem. What are we gonna do with her afterwards?
That's no problem. Then when the roosters want something to disappear, it disappears.
We blow this crummy town. We get the money, we blow this crummy town, and Lil will meet you.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Easy Street. Easy Street. Annie is the key.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Easy Street. Easy Street. That's
Did anybody see the Washington Post this morning? My friends, I say it again. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Franklin, you've already been elected.
Every cloud has a silver lining. You're never fully dressed without a smile.
Oliver, Warbucks, and friend Franklin.
Thank you, Lewis. Show them in.
Oliver.
Ah, Oliver, good of you to have come.
Good morning, Mr. President.
And who is this we have here?
Mr. President, this is my good friend, Annie.
Annie.
She so wanted to meet you that I couldn't resist bringing her along just to say hello.
Of course, the little girl who sang so beautifully last night on the radio.
Annie, this is President Roosevelt.
How do you do, President Roosevelt?
How do you do, Annie? Well, you're as lovely as you sounded on the radio.
Thank you, President Roosevelt.
Shall we begin?
Annie, if you'll wait outside, we'll go ahead
No, Oliver, let Annie stay. Having a child on hand will keep us on our best behavior.
Yes, Mr. President.
Harold, I don't want to hear even as much the gosh out of you.
Franklin, a child?
Now, Oliver, since you speak for the few happy Americans who have any money left, we'd like to begin with your views on the matter.
Mr. President, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, the business of this country is business. And for the good of you, the country, Wall Street and me, we need to get my factories open and the workers back to work.
According to my latest figures, there are now 15 million Americans out of work and nearly 50 million with no visible means of support.
Mr. President, if I may say so, unemployment is not our worst problem. The dispatches from Germany are becoming more and more disturbing each day. There could be war.
Germany? Hell! People are starving in this country!
Harold, I knew that. But in the long run, we're not...
Cordell, people who are starving don't have a long run.
The trouble is, it's all happening at once. The stock market has taken another nosedive, gentlemen.
Sit-down strikes, riots,
Floods, dust storms.
And the FBI still hasn't caught Al Capone. Well, at least we all agree on one thing. The situation's hopeless and getting worse.
Henry, I'd like to see those figures.
Just the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
Quiet, little girl!
Harold? What did you say, Annie? No, it's all right, my dear. Go ahead. It's still a free country.
Just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I spend the day, that's great and no will be. I just take up my tree and scream and say.
sing like Annie. I've just decided if my administration's going to be anything, it's going to be optimistic about the future of this country. Now sing! Sing! Louder, Harold! Perkins!
Just thinking about tomorrow. There's a way the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till this night.
Solo for the president when I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely. I just stick up.
Excuse me, sir, stick out my chin.
Stick out my chin and grin and say, everyone, Republicans tomorrow, sing!
Tomorrow. Sayonara. Until tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Harold?
Mr. President, a telegram.
Yes. Excuse me, everyone. This isn't for me. It's for you, Oliver. From your secretary in New York. Hundreds of couples jamming street outside house, all claiming to be Annie's parents.
Well, it looks as though the Hours of Smiles has more listeners than we thought. Huh, Annie?
Gee, hundreds of couples. One of them is bound to be my mother and father.
Well, Oliver, I suspect you'd better get back to New York immediately.
Yes, Mr. President. Annie?
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Annie.
Bye, President Roosevelt, and thank you.
No, thank you, Annie. You're the kind of person a president should have around them.
Mr. President, what if we set up 1,000 federal projects?
Damn!
Yes!
Highways!
Yes!
New post offices.
Yes! And put the unemployed to work building them!
We could create 5 million jobs within 6 months.
And weekly paychecks we get all of those office assistants and back to paying taxes.
We'll build a country so strong that nobody could ever defeat us in a war.
Mr. President, what we've got to give this country is nothing less than a new outlook.
A new vision.
A new approach.
A new concept.
A new dedication!
A new horizon.
A new spirit, gentlemen.
A new attitude.
A new deal. Perkins, gentlemen, I was right the first time. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow,
Harmony!
tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Mrs. Hannigan and the kids from the orphanage.
Hi, kids.
Ah, Miss Hannigan, I'm delighted to meet you.
I would know you from anywhere.
Miss Hannigan, let me introduce you to everyone. This is my secretary, Miss Farrell, of course. And this is the President of the United States. And this is my butler drink.
This just came from the FBI.
Ah, now it all fits together.
Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas to one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Well, we don't
What
want to
about-
bother you on Christmas, but we just came to pick up Annie and the check.
Ah, the check. I'd almost forgotten. Here it is, Mr. Mudge. $50,000 certified.
certified. Paid to the order of. The jig is up!
Yes, the jig is up, Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known as...
Rooster Hannigan, also known as Ralph Mudd, also known as Danny Dick.
Lewis, turn them over.
Come on, Fadagi.
And I believe this woman's their accomplice.
I never met these people till yesterday.
Arrest her too, please.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan. What was the one thing you always taught me? Never tell a lie.
Brett, let me let you into a secret. I never liked you. Your days are numbered.
Annie? We'd like to meet your friends.
Oh, kids, I'd like you to meet Miss Farrell.
Hello, kids.
And I'd like you to meet Mr. Daddy Warbucks.
Hi, Mr.
Hi, kids. Miss Hannigan is gone for good.
Yay!
And you won't have to work anymore.
Yay!
Instead, you'll have classrooms and teachers.
Yeah!
Yes, girls, for you and perhaps for all of us, this Christmas will be the beginning of a wonderful new life.